Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and today I just wanted to do, well, there'll be another episode today, but to go with that, I wanted to do a quick update for you guys. Behind me is something I'm working on. You'll see it next episode. I've still got a little bit of exterior and interior work to do. That's that sheep building. that was just like half a floor last episode. But I wanted to address something, and it was really exciting for me. I was wanting to get a bunch of that castle blocks, right, from the Twilight Forest, because I want to start an astral sorcery build, because I was looking for an astral field to maybe get our astral sorcery setup moved. I found one right over there, and I found another one right over there, both within the areas that I was planning on building, stuff. So I wanted to build something. It was going to be fairly large, and start working on it, but I needed a lot of castle blocks. Like a bunch, and then dead rock and stuff like that, and it takes forever to mine. And what episode before today's, we found that excavate 5 pick, and I was really excited. Well, I'm not quite as excited anymore. I'm still excited about it because it still has uses, but I found something much better. If we take a look over here, I have castle bricks, 39, almost 40 stacks of those. I have 24 stacks of dead rock, bold castle brick pillars and runes and doors and all that stuff. Now, originally I was expecting that this was going to be, I was sure that it was going to be tweaked to where it was much later in progression. Since like excavate, you kind of have to unlock it to be able to use it and stuff like that. But no, it's not. And what I've been using, it's a really easy astral sorcery craft. The recipe is tweaked, but not to where it's any kind of expensive. That is the conversion wand. You may see it here in my inventory. This right here from astral sorcery. And so what I've been doing, let me pop over here so I can show you this. I'm going to go all the way over to the castle. It's insanity. And by the way, I got to thinking when I was in the Twilight Forest, I was using the conversion one because it does use starlight as a fuel source. If you're wanting an easy, very, very easy way to do astral sorcery, the Twilight Forest is excellent. There is a lot of star fields in my experience, like running around with the resonator. There's a lot of star fields here. So if you don't have one available, Twilight Forest seems to be ideal. Not to mention that it is always twilight, so you always have stars coming out. So it seems like the starlight's pretty good here, and it's consistent. So I mean, you could set up in a little star field here, and I mean, even if you're on a server, you're going to have nighttime all the time. You're going to have access to, crafting and stuff like that. So you don't have to worry about if somebody's going to sleep or whatever. I'm still not going to set it up here because once you get so far into astral sorcery, whether or not it's nighttime really doesn't matter at all. But, if you don't have a star field, I've got a bunch. I've got 3, within the base. Of course, one's on top of that totem. But if you're having issues with that, you could use the Twilight Forest to that advantage, because there's quite a bit of them around. Okay, so if we run over here, you can see there's a lot of cobble. I was using cobble for this, and basically I was just trading everything out. So for example, this dead rock, I've got cactus selected, because look at that. This is something that, after I was out here mining this stuff for a bit, Xavier was on, and he was like, oh, you should try flowers, right? Because flowers, they break themselves if they're not planted on dirt. And apparently it was a trick that was used with the conversion one from Thaumcraft. Well, I've got access to cactus, and I'm actually going to probably set up an auto farm just so we always have cactus, because when you're using this, it might fall into lava or something like that. And I mean, honestly, it makes in a lot of cases it makes the excavate not so useful, unless you're just like excavating ores and you have like, I don't know, fortune on it, and you're breaking stuff down or something like that. But for mining, especially when you can get your ring of magnetization to work, sometimes it does, but you can actually like mine down at a fairly decent rate with this. Magnet would be ideal, but c'est la vie. But yeah, so I've just been ripping up this castle. Originally I brought like a whole backpack filled. Like this entire backpack was filled with cobblestone, and started exchanging everything. And in some ways, I mean, the cobblestone's pretty quick. The cobblestone method is. But the cactus is just so good. And then if you have magnetization, I mean, you could kick through, bring like 2 stacks of cactus with you, so you always have some while others are, you know, warping into your inventory. And I mean, you could mine really quick with this. And it's Silk Touch, because you're going to get everything, you know, you're going to get everything back with basically Silk Touch on it. So, anyways, just a heads up, I wanted to show you that. And one other thing that I want to point out that is worth noting, if you notice, I had some, if we pop over here, I had some of these doors. Now, really, really weird thing about this, you can harvest this with a standard pick, and if you do, you are going to get, like this is pink castle doors. I just got a yellow castle door. But what you can do is if you have Silk Touch, if you harvest this with Silk Touch, which this pick, it takes a little bit longer, but if you harvest this with Silk Touch, you're going to get back the exact door. Because I'm wanting a bunch of these like pink and violet doors, and I was kind of bummed out because I kept getting yellow castle doors, but Silk Touch and you can get pink castle doors. Just a heads up, sadly it does not work with the force field blocks. And the conversion one does not work with these because it thinks you're trying to right click them, I believe, is the reason. So you can see whenever I try to convert it, it just breaks down the door. So, but yeah, I'm gonna have to set up a little cactus auto farm like the vanilla where they just break themselves kind of thing, and then it goes into water channels and gets sent down, because we could mine, basically excavate Silk Touch super mining with conversion wand. So, and I mean, it does require starlight to run, so it's possible you might run into a situation where it doesn't work, but I know at least in the Twilight Forest it's just like shoot, right back up. So it is quite handy. And the recipe, like I said, the recipe is tweaked, but not enough to where it's any kind of like harder to get. It just requires stardust, some rune marble, and then 2 of the crimson middle gems to make this. It does require a little bit of starlight, but that's, you know, that's something we've covered already and really not difficult. Anyways, I just want to show that to you guys because I felt like it was worthy of an update because it's pretty awesome, and I didn't want to wait until tomorrow's episode to bring that up to you guys because it might help you guys out. I know Faraday was like, oh, I hadn't thought about using the conversion wand for like super mining, but it does work, and it's very awesome, very, very powerful. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it helped, and I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys then.